Hey, I'm David Bridge Jr., and these are 2.5 reasons why you should have an annuity. And I'll get to the half in a second, but if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to contact me about some of these things, let me know. Just the way to reach it will be in the description. But 2.5 reasons that you should have an annuity if you are in your retirement age. Put that qualifier on it too, because there's other things you can do as far as, if you're before you're in your age of retirement. But here's one of the biggest, I mean, two and a half reasons. Um, Guaranteed income. It's an insurance product, right? So whenever it comes to insurance, you're ensuring that you're guaranteeing yourself an income for life. People in the insurance business are actuarial fiends. They are concerned nothing with other than numbers. How do the numbers make sense? So whenever you think of car insurance, home insurance, life insurance, annuities, they've got all these tables, all the statistics based on where you are, what kind of property you have, the age that you have, your income, your credit. All that comes into play with it whenever it comes to insurance. But whenever it comes to an annuity, what you're doing is you're saying, hey, look, the rest of my life, I would like to get an income. And if I live beyond what might be considered normal, I still want that income. Versus taking the money and let's say, interest aside, let's say you took 100,000 just for simple numbers, and you took 20,000 a year for 5 years. But let's say in 2.5 years you pass away. Now you got I mean, depending on when you took the money, you'd have either 20 or 30, 25,000 or 50 or if you took the 20,000 at the beginning of each of the years, you would have 40,000 left. If you spread it out over the course of monthly payments, you'd have the 50,000 left. But if you wanted to guarantee that if you went beyond the 5 years, you would still get an income, that's where an insurance company comes into play, because they'll take into consideration the fact that some people do pass away quicker, some people are going to last longer, and they'll build in fees. So you're going to pay a small fee, an insurance fee, so that this income lasts you, whatever it is. This is completely arbitrary. Don't take those numbers into account, because they'll build it into whether it be an index, a fixed rate, or whatever, but you're guaranteeing yourself an income for the rest of your life. Second reason is to get a guaranteed of at least zero. You won't lose your capital. You will not lose your money in an annuity. And what do I mean by that? Insurance companies are going to take into account that there's all kinds of loss going on, but they're going to, at the very least, with a fixed rate or an indexed annuity, you're not going to get any worse than a zero return or no return at all. If things completely hit the toilet, they've got measures built into place where they're not going to, you're not going to lose your money. So those are two big reasons to get an annuity. So if you've had your fill of checking your daily returns or losses on your statements of your stocks and mutual funds and that kind of thing, throw it into annuity, or throw some of it into an annuity. If you still want to take, and roll the dice on whether or not the economy is going to go up or go down. But if you've had it and you want to avoid that risk, put money into an annuity. Don't put it all in. Keep some money for being liquid, to be liquid. But if you're at the end of that game, this is for you, because you will not lose money. You can still take advantage of some gains, but you're not going to lose any money. The half reason is it passes on to beneficiaries without beneficiaries without probate, without having to go through that whole rigmarole. It's an insurance product. Any insurance product in terms of life insurance or annuities, you designate a beneficiary and the money just goes to them. Now, whether or not the tax consequences of who it is, um, that's one of the things you want to take into play. If your sole reason is to leave money to heirs, that's why I put it to half. An annuity is not the best way to go. We can talk more about that later. There are better ways to leave your money to beneficiaries, to your heirs. So that's the reason for the half. But it goes directly to them, and it bypasses all the other headaches as far as asset uh, legacy and moving it on. So there's your 2.5 reasons to have an annuity if you're at your retirement age. If any of this makes sense to you and you'd like to talk to me further about it, leave the link in the description below. Hit the About section of the YouTube channel. But I'd love to talk to you. I'm David Bridge Jr. And until next time.